Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Super late video, but you know it. Today it's my first day of holiday. I traveled, took the plane from Belgium to Italy. I am in Roma, and that's why you don't see the background, the usual background, but it's okay. When you're changing sometimes, I have YouTube here, I can see my channel, I can watch myself again. No, I'm joking. Ragazzi, today I was not able to follow a lot of news, even if I was able to read them, but we need to speak about Juventus, not in a long video, because I'm sorry for the quality, not the same camera, not the same microphone, but I really wanted to speak about three different topics. One surprising, out of nowhere, Miretti 2027. I want to say something here, because pay attention. Then the words of Timothy Weah presentation, and I'm super happy that before doing a video, the first thing I did was watching first the press conference, what he said, how he said it. He also spoke about Jonathan David. We will come back on that because we have some surprise about Nicola Balice, and then the squad list, the people that will travel on Friday morning. Maybe you're watching on Friday, maybe you're watching on Thursday night. 30 people that has been selected by Massimiliano Allegri, and there are some surprises. So let's start immediately. I want to say with Miretti, because that's really out of nowhere, just to show you that journalists, they spoke about everything and nothing, but no one, and I can promise you because I'm watching everything, no one spoiled or was saying, you know, there was maybe an interest of Miretti negotiating with Juventus. Nobody. And out of nowhere, Miretti 2027. So he extended his contract. Beautiful, you know, these new kind of selfie mode videos that Juventus is doing with Kostic, with changing his number from the 17 to the 11, with Gatti from the 15 to the 4, and now it's actually Miretti. First you see the pictures, you know, from him as a kid, because he's there since ever, you know, growing. The last picture is him as a, I believe last year, he's taking that picture away, and then you see him with a new picture. I'm happy about Miretti. It's a player that I believe in. Didn't do a fantastic season 22-23, but that doesn't mean that I don't believe in the kid. The only thing that I want to say is he's extending from his actual contract until 2027, which doesn't mean that necessarily 100% is out of the market and that he will be part of Juventus 23-24 in the first team. Could be that he can be loaned out, but for not losing some value when he will come back from that loan, and they are already extending the contract. So again, we are not sure that he can be there in 23-24. The positive news, when we will speak about the squad list, you will see that Miretti is in the squad list. He just arrived like 2 days ago in La Continassa, but he travels with the team. He will train there. Massimiliano Allegri will see him, the progresses and so on. So fantastic news for Miretti. Now, before the squad list and the surprise names, I want to go first with Timothy Weah. I'm super happy. I repeat that the first thing, instead of speaking and just basing myself on what I read, I went and I listened and I watched the press conference. First of all, because otherwise I would have never known in my life that he started speaking in Italian. He doesn't speak the language, but for me it's a sign of respect. You arrive in a country, probably his father or people from Juventus helped him to prepare an intro in Italian, in the language of the country, that shows that you are here in a humble way. You are not the mega star that is arriving, I don't care. No, you are showing sign of respect for the club that is welcoming you, for the country that is welcoming you, and that's something that I really appreciated. The first impression I had from the kid was educated person, and that's beautiful. That's always beautiful. Again, humble, educated, self-aware of his capabilities. He knows where he is. And these are the values of a person. What I always judge before the skills, the highlights and so on, are the values of a person. And I really appreciate the kid, honestly. Then let's see what he will give on the field, because at the end, this is what we need on the field. It's not only a nice person, but also someone that is giving his best. He repeated a lot of time that he immediately noticed the difference with where he's coming from, Lille, and other clubs in Ligue 1, because he played at Paris Saint-Germain in the youth, that at Juventus you need to work. You need to really work hard. And after a few days of training, he already noticed it. Of course, he repeated about his father, Timothy Weah, saying that since ever he has been a Juventino, and when he heard about Juve, well, he was super happy. Casuality or not, I don't know. Not only he spoke about the father, but also the mother. Again, sense of family, the values. Why? Because he said, you know, the number 22, I've chosen it because It's my birthday, the 22nd of February, so 22 is important, but it's also, and especially, the first shirt that my mother gave me when I was a kid, 22. And one day I made her a promise that in every single club that I will go, if the 22 is available, out of respect for her, out of, caring and loving for the mamma Weah, he will always take the number 22 when available. And I love that. Again, these strong values. Spoke about the role, wing back. This is why Juventus took him. So it's not for an offensive kind of player in a 4-3-3 offensively. No, a wing back. Of course, he can drop in a four-man defense on the right. Otherwise, it's in a 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1, whatever. But it's more a defensive role where he's conscious as well that he started that position last season, still young in that position, still need to learn a lot. Also, what Max told him, he spoke about the coach, and that was a really nice one because he said, I met the coach Massimiliano Allegri. What a wonderful guy. Ragazzi, what a wonderful guy. Was the first sentence how he described Allegri. Lovely person, wonderful human being, and even better as a coach. Very vocal to the player, and that's nice. That's what I need. He told me to be happy, to enjoy, and to be ready to learn a lot of things. On the field, off the field, during training session, but also from my teammates. So I love that one. Another one that I love before speaking about Jonathan David is the fact that when he mentioned Serie A, I don't know if you noticed, because they asked him about Serie A, he said, probably exaggerating, of course, one of the best, if not the best league in the world. But he mentioned three clubs, Juventus, Milan, Napoli. I love because he didn't mention Inter. He didn't mention Inter at all. And I love that one because he said, one of the best or some of the best team in the world without mentioning Inter. He understood, don't mention Inter. Instead, he mentioned Quadrado that went to Inter, saying he is a legend for the club, which I believe he is. After 8 seasons and more than 300 games, you are kind of a legend. Then you have different degrees, not the Del Piero, but an important player. He said it's a player that I'm inspiring myself a lot. Now, he spoke about Jonathan David, and then we go to the squad list. The video is about to end. He spoke about Jonathan David because he received a question. He said, one of my best friend in the world, Jonathan David, I already told him that if he joined Juventus, he should be ready to work hard. It's not they said, yeah, great player, let's see, we don't know, I don't know about the voices, the rumors. He said, yes, we spoke about Juventus, and I already told him, if you want to come, you need to work hard. So work ethic, and then also that he already spoke. And Nicola Balice, journalist from Corriere dello Sport, said that David would really love to join Juventus. He would be ready to join Juventus. Bianconeri already made contact with Lille, with a player who could be snapped to Lille for 40 million euro. Ragazzi, if we go from a few days ago, Lukaku, to Jonathan David, let's push a bit. Timothy, make your first beautiful thing to make you even more being appreciated by the Juventini. Take us, Timothy, or take us Jonathan David. Squad list, and that's the last thing. 30 players has been called up. The first surprise, of course, is Rabiot that is missing. Some papers, some journalists are reported because of a small injury that he had with the national team before holiday. He's working to come back to be ready. But it's of course a bit strange because it's the second one, is it a casualty or not? The second time in a row that he's not going to USA. I don't know more. I have no more detail. But of course, it's surprising because that yesterday I was live with him. He didn't tell me. I didn't know, so I'm surprised as well to not see him there. Yesterday live, he said, we are ready. I can't wait to start the season. It's true that he flew a bit with through the USA tourney, but voila. Who has been called up instead is Barrenechea, that I didn't believe would travel. But then some beautiful surprises because we have Nonje. Joseph Nonje, together with the people when we were on Twitch, we were making a list. Who do we take with us? 25 players, we said, and we gave a key card, a joker card, a bonus to Joseph Nonje because we really wanted to see him there with the team. Has been called up in the 30. Also Matthias Soulet, Ealing Jr., Huijsen, De Winter. We are always curious during the summer tour to discover these young players. So I'm super happy about these kids being there. Nicolosi Caviglia as well. And then you have nearly all the players. Weah, Rovella, Alexandro, Bremer, Cambiaso. Of course, not seeing Bonucci there. It's surprise. We knew it. That's not a surprise. But of course, when you're confronted with it, wow, wow. So I'm curious. They travel tomorrow, Saturday night to Sunday. They play their first game against Barcelona. I will try to wake up and to watch it at 4:30 a.m. Ragazzi, that was it for today's video. I'm totally destroyed. It's like 11:30 p.m. Long day. I hope you appreciate the news and the update. Let me know what you think about it. Maximo fly, grazie, forza, Juve.